Hello, people and bots. Grandpa Canuck here, and we are in Going Medieval. This is uh, the mountain map, Cloud Fortress, Part 16, and it is my best winter readiness yet. So we should be able to get through this winter better than any other so far. Hopefully not have problems. Well, let's just give an overview. We're at our high population count. Our food stores is at an all-time high. Settler mood, overall, through the last couple of seasons, we have avoided some of the most severe dips. So overall, our dips are getting better. Our overall wealth has definitely increased, and our influence, of course, is at an all-time high. Our food storage is good. We have aging wine. We actually have some rough wine, which is coming of age in 13 hours. So before the first day of winter, we will actually have wine, and we will have others that hit the mark as the seasons will continue on. We have enough storage in our books. We have enough storage, and we have high amounts of fodder. We currently have 165 animal feed and 545 hay in stock. We have added a storage room for ice, and we have the manufacturing capability now to add ice to that. So things are progressing. As long as we don't have something devastating happen. Oh, Bonnie and Clyde, my two green sheep conures, obviously have something to say there as well. We are creating some underground chambers. We need to move this research table and this apothecary bench out from where they are. We are preparing this area here for the research table. We have added an armorer's table, level 2, and we're getting in the position to start making mail armor. So let's get going. Check on our animals. Chickens. We'll do in a couple of chickens. And let's cut down 2 goats as well. Well, I can't make crossbows 1, so crossbows 2. Not too interested in wooden. It would be good to have one of these, and I think we'll go with axes. Well, we'll get the armor set first. Hello, Captain! Captain 152. Good to see you. Welcome to Going Medieval. Don't know how familiar you are with this. I play on a PC. I don't know what other platforms this is available on. I bought it through Steam, as that is my #1 platform for playing. So I'm afraid I cannot answer that. Going Medieval has been described by people when it first came out as a medieval 3-dimensional RimWorld game, if that means anything to you. I enjoy the water manipulation here. I dug a channel, created an aqueduct, and then made a waterfall moat around my castle. It's a village management where I assign the settlers jobs and a schedule, and I can manage their clothing, armor, weapons, etc. And I can manage my domestic animals in a way. And it's essentially working your way through a research tech tree, getting more abilities, creating from literally nothing, creating a village. There are currently 16 videos in my series on this, which takes this from 3 settlers arriving with a few basic resources to the state that it is now. Hey, another settler is coming to join me. There's a mining and medical person. A reckless gravedigger. Hates bartering. Okay. We will take them in. They're unconscious. Oh my. Martin Watt. You are winsome. Bloodlust. You like combat. Punch drunk. Okay, interesting set of skills. Hordes of enemies? Yes. Enemies can and do attack on a regular basis. I have a couple of YouTube videos of just straight attacks, so you don't have to watch a whole video to find one. But virtually every time I play, I get at least one attack. Okay, so what are your skills? You're a marksman 2 and a melee 8. Still need you on ranged weapons. I want you to find a helmet and all armors. Set some definite work hours for you. Job assignments. Currently, you can only defend, but the game still has content to be added, and you will be able to attack other villages. Raid other villages. So that is coming to the game. It's not out yet. So there's a regional map. I am here. There are other villages that I have different relations with. I can send trade missions there. In the future, you'll be able to send raiding parties. You currently cannot. They do send raiding parties to you at times. Sometimes they send a negotiator to that you can pay off so they don't attack. My castle looks really cool. Defensive river is also really smart thinking. Well, I like realistic looking stuff. I think I've told you before that I'm a military historian, so I kind of look at this as defense. I have no expertise or official training in medieval history, just personal interest and personal, viewing of documentaries and whatever. I have no formal training in medieval era. You are limited to the map. So I could build multiple structures on the map. I could build a just disjointed village along the river, for instance, with buildings here and there. I could build in, 3 different little places in, different places. It all depends on what you want to do. It's an open build. So this was a mountaintop when I started. And I've created this. So each map is really one construction project. Okay. I need to relocate move that. Let's put it. Put it there. relocate that there. Where's that other one? There it is. We're going to relocate this one. There. And let's add a heating source in the corner. And a couple of simple wall torches. Okay, let them do that. And we'll start another room. And we'll leave them to that. I cannot build on the very edge of the map. There's an area of a few squares where I cannot build. It doesn't let you build right on the edge because the attackers need to approach somewhere, somehow. There we go. We have that workstation up and running now. And we have the library working. So this is now production speed of 132%, where it was like 75% where it was. So that's why we did that move. Ah, friendly visitor. What do we have? A chaplain, level 1. Okay. Well, I don't have a chaplain in my village. So that means I can hold a church service. Let's just give him some time to get to the village. So hold an event. Fine aged wine. We don't have any bread. Okay, so they will hold a Eucharist event. I'll accept. My animals on the layer below are kind of making an ugly graphic of this. They gather for their religious ceremony. That's an enjoyable Eucharist. My alignment went up with that village. Excellent. Okay. Nice little event. There we go. Yeah. when I go to build, you see there's a red area around the edge of the map. And I cannot build on that edge area. That's why I built the village where it is. Okay. Well, that didn't work well. Deconstruct, not all layers. Single layer. Yeah, that's what I want. Not all buildings. Walls only. This was a mistake. I shouldn't have built this here. I'm limited to 16 levels. And I thought I was at level 15, 15.5, and I wasn't. What is the tab schedule made for? Do you have to make a working plan for the villagers? The tabs at the top of the screen is what I guess you're referring to. I would think. So yes, I have to set their jobs. I have to make a work schedule for them, allowing time for recreation, sleep, varied activity, and sometimes special duties. So every settler has individual skills. So as I hover over this character, you can see he's got these skills: animal handling, art, botany, carpentry, construction, culinary, intellectual, marksman, medicine, melee, mining, smithing, speechcraft, and tailoring. Right? And depending on his skill levels, I can set his priorities of what I want him to do. He also has some strong dislikes. He's unwilling to do this job. And he has some strong likes. He likes to do this job. So every settler is different, and every settler may have different perks. They have a religion's alignment to the two game religions. Age, weight, and height are all different, and they all have a background story as well. So that comes into the job area. The schedule is simply a 24-hour clock. Some people like early mornings. Some people like to work during the night. Everybody's different in the game. And so I adjust their schedules accordingly. On the Manage tab, I can handle what weapon I wish to assign them, what headgear, what apparel, what armor. I can manage what foods I want them to eat, what stimulants, alcohol. I want them to drink or not drink. Right now, all of my people are set to not drinking rough wine because I'm aging it to become aged fine wine, and then they can enjoy the fine wine if they don't drink it. Well, it's the medieval era. He's a skinny one. Kind of an elfish type of character. Yes, they will run through and get food. So I do feed them. So I have various things I can do with my animals. These are the domestic animals, and it will name the domestic animals. I've got that setting on. So I can set them to haul things in the village. Some animals I can set to actually fight. And that's mostly my dogs. Vermin control is chasing pests out of the village. Can I craft superhumans? When you initially set up the game, you can manipulate your original 3 settlers. Everything else after that is randomly generated. So train, kill, or release them to wild. And there's a series of wild animals, including bears, etc. You can also, there's a trait called cannibalism. So you could have an entire village of cannibals. It's a way you can play the game. No, you have no control over DNA and new settlers that come to your village. There's no reproduction of your settlers. Everybody comes to your village from other locations. So they have their own background story of why they're seeking refuge. Some are being chased out of other villages. Everyone has a unique backstory. Why are my people sad? Well, we can look at their moods. So these tabs, right, there's their biography, their inventory, their skills, their attributes, their current stats, their mood. So there's various things that affect their mood, right? And they are plus and minuses. So if you get too many minuses, obviously their mood goes down. Right now I don't have any problems. This guy's moderately tired. It's 2,100 hours. A lot of them are going to be tired. He unwillingly did something. So in other words, he's got one of those red stars and I forced him to do it. And he's got very high expectations, for something that isn't being satisfied. And he hasn't had his entertainment allotment today. So he's a little pissy. Fortunately, he has all these positive things going for him. So every settler, by the actions he takes place on the map, has that. Also health. You could be in severe pain. You could, totally run out of food. You can go unconscious. You can lose blood, or you can actually lose your hit points. What does ugly apparel mean? Okay. So, here's bringing up a listing of the clothing that I have in storage. You can see that it has different ratings depending on how nice the apparel is, how good it is. Okay? And so this affects the value of it and the condition that it's in, the hit points. So even clothing has hit points. And obviously, higher quality right, is going to be worth more. So that person obviously is wearing, you know, clothing that is, to their feelings, substandard to what they should be wearing. So I can look at all my items and all my resources the same way. I don't have a lot of things in storage right now. I've been trading and dealing with stuff. This guy's jealous due to an inferior bedroom. So his bedroom isn't as good as most people's. So, you know, that's upsetting him. So I need to decorate his bedroom better. Maybe he needs a nice silver mirror or, a nice gold chest added to his bedroom. Something that, you know, make him feel some pride in his room. So these are all things in managing your settlers that you have to do in the game. Early bird, dainty. See, needs the finer things in life. They're not as easy to be happy. They like nice things. She struggles to cope with little things like dirt, cold, and hardship. They're also stout. Her ample belly is a great asset, storing energy for lean times. So their appetite's increased by 20%, their consumption duration is less 15, and their movement speed is down 5. So they're okay. We've got lots of limestone. Let's start keeping more limestone brick. We'll go to this work table. We're going to keep 150 now. No, but this is a style of game I like very much. I'm definitely into military history, but I'm also into village management. It's now winter. Okay, I think I'm going to send a trade mission off to this close village that's down probably a swamp. And I'm going to send a caravan. This is my highest speechcraft and my best talker. And I'm going to have them take a beast of burden. And I'm going to take stuff to sell and trade. So first of all, I need to make sure that they have food for the trip. Okay, and take a lot of that limestone block. They live in the valley. I can rename all the animals too, if I so wanted. Just deciding what I'm going to send out here. No, I cannot create a religion. There are two religions in the game. One is based essentially on Christian belief from the look of it, because they have a Eucharist with bread and wine. And the other one is led by a druid, so it's more of a traditional animalistic worship, nature, Wiccan more type, I would say, or Celtic at least. Okay, so take all that and head on out. So what they will do is they will gather all that stuff up by this caravan halt. And that's the rally point to come and go for my expeditions. Caravan is left. Okay. I want another. Start another storage area. Oh, we've had a held message here. Yeah, using the word hate is normally not allowed, but I'll allow that message to go through. If you're in Germany, I think you have the right to say you hate German weather. It's not a hate crime. 1 hour it was blue. Well, we've got the remnants of a hurricane after it's gone through half of North America, coming through this area. So it's a bit of an off day here for weather. Yeah, hurricanes can be quite devastating. Even here in the Great Lakes area, in more of the middle of the continent, uh, remnants of hurricanes have come up the Atlantic coast and turned inland, which is not a natural path. And not very often, but once every, 10, 20 years, there's a serious one, and there's been 2 or 3 serious ones in my lifetime. Our biggest thing with weather is winter ice storms, where freezing rain will fall in precipitation, will melt on the way down, and then freeze because of the air layers, and then cover everything in ice. And you can get 2 inches, 5 centimeters of ice on top of the trees, the benches, the roads, everything. And my region has had several of those over the years that have caused great destruction. Not just knocking out trees, but electrical lines and everything else. The current hurricane hit, I think it was Jamaica, and then went north. That's regular German winter. Yeah, there's a number of similarities in weather with weather. Germany has the North Sea and the Baltic, and the Great Lakes have an effect in some ways like that. Our mountains and everything else, and our airflow and water currents are a little different than Europe, but well, look at all these male chickens. Yeah. Well, there's the North Sea, so it's to the north, and the Baltic is to the east. So the Ostsee is east of the North Sea. So I can understand that. It's east of the North Sea. That makes sense in a linguistic way to me. Rotten meat. Oh no. Yo, Hammer, cut up those chickens. Laughing at the cartoony look of the game. I think it's time to have a party. We will have some cheese, roasted meat. We'll add some mushrooms, honey crispal, stuffed eggs, fish dish. That should be good. That should be a good feast. Everybody will gather in the Great Hall. All right, party time. Johanna's the local bard. Party over. It was an enjoyable event. Caravan's at its destination. Okay. Let's see. I want to sell off the coal. I want to sell all this stuff off. And I don't think I can sell any of this. No, I need the food for the return trip. Okay. What I would like is some clay if they have it. Well, I've got clay bricks. Take 100 of them. Herbs. I'm going to buy all the herbs. Take all your gold coins you're willing to spend. Sheep. I don't have any sheep. I don't think I want sheep. Well, that's what I want. So some luxury to take home would be, how about some chronicles? Chronicles. I could load up with sticks. Simply don't have a lot of sticks because I'm not cutting a lot of trees down anymore. Okay, so there's the trade. Three alignment plus. Okay, come on home. Got a lot of limestone brick. A little bit bigger room here. Do I have a whole gaming setup with several monitors at home, or how are you streaming and reading my messages? I'm currently using 2 monitors. I have 3. I have a fairly large screen TV as my main monitor. I have a second monitor to the right of that. They are on desks in front of me. I sit in an easy chair with a swing table with my mouse and keyboard, so I can sit with my legs elevated. Part of my medical problem. It helps to elevate my legs. And I have a third monitor, which is above the second monitor. It's a smaller monitor, and if I need data during a stream or whatever, I could bring up like a Wiki page or something like that. On this stream, I'm not using the third monitor. I'm only using 2. So it's off, so it's not as hard on my graphics card. So I have 3 monitors I use. Oh, and I have a telephone call coming in. I am back. Yeah, I've got a good graphics card. I've got a solid state, actually 2 solid state hard drives inside. I have a fairly decent graphics card. I can usually play the game at a higher setting than what I can stream at. And I don't usually have too many lag problems. It's a cable internet link. It's not fiber optic, but it's a decent speed. And the cable link goes into the fiber network not that far away from here. I'm close to my city hall, library, downtown businesses, so the cable network feeds in fairly quickly to the fiber network. So I usually don't have too many problems, and because I'm in a downtown business area, my outages are not that many. They try and, I'm kind of lodged between the city library and the city hall. I am technically on disability. I am not quite old enough to receive my pension yet. I have another 2 years, but I'm technically disabled. As I said, I have some trouble with my legs, a few other minor ailments, etc. So I cannot work standing 8 hours on my feet anymore. My legs swell up, and that could cause clotting and strokes, etc., etc. So I can sit here with my legs up and compute all day long. So I do. As my sister says, I have an early retirement. I'm not financially well off because, it's a disability early retirement. But I'm not bad off. I don't have to go to a food bank or anything like that, so I still maintain a car. I'm not totally disadvantaged. Well, you're young and 16. Add 50 years to that. That's, like 4 lifetimes on top of what you've already lived. I'm not old, but I'm not young. And it's reality. As the Lion King would say, the circle of life, right? It's not sad, it's reality. Hey, my caravan's back. Well, look, I don't have to go to work every day. I don't have to leave the house, be someplace, put in my 6, 8, 10, 12 hours, whatever. My time's my own, so it's very relaxing. I get to sit here, talk to people from around the world about whatever comes up in conversation, and play games, watch videos, watch movies. I still do cooking and canning and all that kind of stuff. I make my own bread and crackers, my own soups. So I'm still active in a lot of things. And there's social things that I do. I have friends and family. Well, everything can be sad. It's a matter of accepting what you have and working with it and finding your happy place. What makes you happy, and find, well, as old people would say, peace of mind. That's an expression that a lot of young people don't understand. Old people will talk about peace of mind. They're content and happy. A lot of old people don't have ambitions to move a career ahead or many other things, so they don't have the stresses that go with that. So, that's a bit of peace of mind. Oh, a cold snap! Brr. I think I'm going to send out another. Well, that would be a long trip. And you take a beast of burden with you as well. Take Diana. Okay. There we go. Another trade caravan away. No, I think peace of mind also is understanding that you've accomplished some things in your life you wanted to do. I raised 3 children. I had a career. I learnt things. I passed that education on to other people. So I mentored and taught. And you're at the other end. You're just entering all that exciting phase of your life. You don't know what to do? Well, most 16-year-olds don't know what to do. Get out, sample a few things. I changed my career path twice before I was 25 and once after that. So I changed my career path 3 times. I originally went to school to be a computer programmer. I then went into marine navigation. I was a navigation officer on freighter ships. And eventually I worked in heritage preservation. I've helped save heritage buildings in my area. 200 years is an awful lot here in North America, and we just celebrated the 200th anniversary of a local church that I've helped preserve for 30 years. So on my watch, the building hasn't deteriorated. It is well cared for. And so I pass that on to the younger generation. But you don't know what you want to do? You know, that's understandable. You want to be a pilot or a police officer? The pilot is getting paid better, but I want to be a pilot in the Army, so I must work for the Army for 16 years without being able to change my job. Yeah? I thought of serving in the Navy rather than sailing on freighters as a navigation officer. And I decided to go the civilian route instead. There were certain things about military service that I didn't like, but I've always had an interest in it. And, you know, becoming a military historian definitely shows I have consideration and interest for the military. So get out there and just try a couple of things. Take a few basic pilot lessons. Go talk to people at the police association. You can learn your hard way by yourself, or you can learn from other people's experiences. That's up to you. And everybody has a different way of learning. So whatever works for you, go out and test the waters. I'm sure it is a pot. It's a pot that is hidden. No indoor plumbing. Sorry, not in. This is representative of the mid 1300s in England. I need wood. Yeah, art sometimes doesn't have to be 100% realistic, so there's no bathrooms. You know, how many bathrooms do you ever see in Star Trek episodes? I think they must have some kind of personal device that just beams it out of them on Star Trek. I don't know. Something just, it's never talked about. I think I have yet to see a Star Trek character belch or pass gas, you know, farting. Do I have a professional army, or do my farmers defend the castle? This is a self-defended village. Everybody has assigned a set of armor and helmet and weapons. How much dirt do I have? 125. So some of my settlers have different marksman and melee skills, so they can use different weapons. Some can use longbows, some can use crossbows, some can use only short bows, etc. And the same with melee weapons. Are these two rivers connected? There's one major river through the map. It starts up here and comes down and goes all the way down to here and exits the map. I have dug a channel from the river over to my aqueduct. And the aqueduct, of course, keeps the water high above the ground level. It brings it across to my moat. So the water goes down this side, also across the back, and then down this side. And the two sides come down together and kind of join here, where I have it joined in both here and here. So kind of a flow of water like this, I would imagine. So I have a modest chamber here. Okay, and that doesn't belong to anybody. So let's I have somebody sharing a room here. That would be Gyrick. So Gyrick, we're going to give you your own room. There you go. You got your own room now. Hopefully that'll make you happier. What I need a couple of rugs. What do I have for textiles? Got goat and linen cloth. Make some rugs. Actually, I've got a good amount of fodder. Make a couple of rush mats as well. Keep decorating, making the place look nicer. Okay, do I have a set of armor? I do not. Caravan's arrived at its destination. Let's trade. Not a lot for the brick here. Not my best deal. Expensive meats. Fine aged wine. It's expensive. Ale, that's better. Cider. We'll buy all that instead. I'll buy all your barley. Clay. Okay. Bring in the clay, the barley, the cider, and the ale. No, it's not another player. It's an AI village. I'm dealing with an AI. This is a single player game. Do I have wood? I have some wood. I do have clay. Let's put clay down this corridor. All the way down. down more trees. Friendly visitor. Oh, level 1 bard. Well, visiting bard, gotta have a party. Getting close to nighttime. Give it another hour. Okay, let's hold the event. We have the visiting bard. So then we want to invite Johanna. Okay. Let's have some pickled vegetables. Fish dish. Stuffed eggs. Honey crisp. Stew. Roasted meat. And I think that's it. It's 4:55, that should work. Feast time. Everybody come on down for the feast. Lamentable. I couldn't pull it off. It didn't work. Oh, it's because they're traveling. They can't show up to the event. Everybody's in bed now. Or close to it. Try this again. Why couldn't I hold the event? I'm not sure why that didn't work. Okay, well, I'm not too concerned. Do I live in a house or a flat? I live in an apartment on the second floor. It's a small complex. There's 4 apartments here on the second floor. And the first floor is a business. It's an insurance company, actually. And the person who runs that business owns the building. This building is approximately 125 years old. It's not the oldest building in the community by far. Not the oldest residential or apartment, but it was... The second floor apartments were businesses until about 50 years ago, when the entire second floor was turned into apartments. The room where I'm sitting in now has a huge window. 2-pane, not quite floor to ceiling, but close to it, and about 6 feet wide. And you can actually lift up that lower pane, but it's it's not very easy. The large window was built because this was originally in 1900 a dentist's office. So I have radiator heating, hot water radiators. I have wainscoting. The hallway has wainscoting and wooden banisters and newel posts. Of course, they've done lowered ceilings. Some of my outer walls are lath and plaster. The inner walls, of course, are more modern because they were only done 50 years ago. So it's quasi 100-year-old building with 50-year updates, and of course I have, a modern fridge and stove. Got the fridge just this last year. It's a 1-bedroom flat, I guess you would call it. Apartment, we use the term here in North America. Since they're unhappy. Why are you unhappy? You're desperately thirsty, lacking religion. You're jealous due to your inferior bedroom. Very high expectations. You're chilly. And you unwillingly did something. Well, that's a big, long list of negativeness. Gee. Get some rest. Tomorrow's a new day. Why are you suffering from cold? Oh, you're the one that feels cold all the time, aren't you? For some reason, you always feel cold. Okay, do I have 12 sets of summer clothes for the upcoming season? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12, and some of it is in 74 condition. I think I'd better make a couple more. Still working on those mats, those rugs. There's a fine rug. A sturdy rug. A fine rug. Let's install that in the lower bedrooms. Let's make a couple of wall mirrors too. Modest chamber. Laggardly? Laggardly? You're the one I sent away on trips, and you're laggardly. I don't know whether I like that. So, it's because of the amount of rough wine that's being made into good wine that they don't have any stimulants. Do I think, okay, a question. Do I think that the colonization of India or Canada by the British Empire were good, them or not? Good for those countries? Oh, well, exploitation of indigenous people is never an acceptable thing in modern civilization. Therefore it has bad things. But for humanity overall, the technology, the opportunity, the enhancing of the culture that's there into growing into something more overall has probably helped humanity. Would India have developed to be able to do the space program it has today if the British didn't make it a colony? Probably not. Would Canada have the 7th largest economy? Is it 7th in the world? Anyway, maybe it's 10th or 11th. I don't know. I know we have the 7th highest money expenditure to NATO, and it should bloody well be more. But would that help for NATO defense if the British didn't colonize here? No. Would it have caused more problems and hardship for people in England if those two places were not colonized? Yes. So it's a double-edged sword. Any colonization of another's territory is both good and bad. Your country of Germany, for instance, at the end of World War II, large tracts of land were given to Poland, and Germans were displaced from the Silesia area. They needed someplace to go. I know of at least 2 local German families that were German military submariner men in World War II, prisoners of war who saw what it was like in Canada, and after the war, when it was allowed in the 1950s, they applied to move here. And their families have prospered very greatly. So if there were European wars where people were displaced and didn't have a place to go that was growing, like Canada, overall that would be bad. So Canada taking in refugees, people who are down on their luck, economically repressed, that's virtually all of Canada. So overall, for humanity, that's a good thing. But there is a downside of how that was done unfairly to indigenous people. And in India, I think there was, and still is, a repressive to certain indigenous people. They have a lot of internal conflict still in India. Overall, for the majority of people, it's good. For some people, it's bad. So it depends on your connections to those people and whether you're thinking of every life is equal, or can we raise up society overall by doing something. So that's my viewpoint on all European colonization, be it Germans in Africa and the Pacific. All those colonies were taken away after World War I. French, Dutch East Indies in particular, and British, French, Denmark to a lesser degree, Russia to a lesser degree with Alaska, for instance. It's a matter of how we assimilate into the other cultures. So was that done nice and politely by the British? No, it was not. That was a bad thing for many of the indigenous people. Were there problems in these places before the Europeans came? Yes. The region I'm in the couple of hundred years before the Europeans came, there's a tribe that came through this entire area and genocide killed off most of the indigenous First Nations that were living here. So it was pretty depopulated when the Europeans started to arrive in the 1700s. So there's no clear yes or no answer to your question. Overall, for the world, it was good. Hope that answers your question okay. Church of the Third Coming, 10 improvements. Which one are they? That's them. Okay. Okay. Oh, Captain 152. I'll be taking a break probably within half an hour, and I'll return in a couple of hours, and we'll be continuing my Hearts of Iron game in a few hours' time. Just FYI, if you wanted to plan your evening. Because I know you were very interested in that game on my last stream. So that's my intention. I don't have a published schedule. I don't stick to it because I have things that come up every day. Phone call came up and I have to be out Friday morning and Friday afternoon. So my morning and afternoon streams will not happen on Friday. And I won't have a stream tomorrow afternoon. Well, not a long one at least. So my schedule is kind of varied. So I don't like changing it every week, so I don't post one. Okay. So I want to take that away. And I'm going to need a doorway there. And that. You are a, don't know what that is, asterisk, 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 E. Don't know what you were trying to say. Don't know whether that got blocked out or what. Or that's code for something that I don't understand. You're out. Okay. See you later, Captain. Take care. Thanks for spending your time here. Okay, how do I want to put this together? Birdies, what are you after? What do you two want? You got very noisy. Yeah. Really? Use your human words. No. Okay, I know what you want. I heard you. It's a little early for Din Din. Yeah, yelling at me isn't going to solve it yet. There's lots of stuff around. You can go scavenge. Okay, now that is a problem. Twelfth day of winter. What is my food levels? I have so much food. My food levels are high. Boy, you guys are really fussy today. You're very demanding. You act like it's the end of the world. There's lots of things around. Here. How about a treat? Want some crackers? Hmm? Yes! Oh. There you go. There you go. That should fill your little bellies for 5 minutes anyway. Is that a good cracker? That's a cheesy cracker. And you guys love cheese. Spring has sprung. I need wood, do I? No. I just can't get there. Now I can. Yeah, that looks a little bit more formidable. Okay. Two sets of fine mail. They're on the default stockpile. There they are. So, who deserves these? Who's got the worst? 14, 10, 2.43. Well, that's definitely going to be one of them. 2.43 is one. You get that. That white male is pretty worn out. It's only 10. Well, that male is totally worn out. 3. Okay, so yeah, those two will get disassembled. A sheep. A sheep? Never kept sheep. I don't want the cat. My attack dogs. I actually have food surpluses. Amazing. Okay, well, I think with spring coming, we have a total change. So this is a good time to leave it. I've got my entrance expansion here, I think, pretty much done. I may want to grate that over. Got a few more dugout chambers done. I think this is a fairly impressive looking structure. I'm liking it. If you like it, hit that like button. If you want to see more medieval games, in particular Going Medieval, make sure you subscribe. I want to hear your comments. So do Bonnie and Clyde, my two green cheek Tanyas. So until next time, this is Grandpa Canuck with Bonnie and Clyde, my two green cheek Tanyas. We're going to sign off right now and hope that all you people and bots have a safe day out there, and please be good to one another. Take care. Bye-bye.